Hi everyone, welcome once back again to my channel. It's me, Josephine Eshon, and on this channel we talk about personal finance. I hope you guys are doing very well and your spring semester is going very well. All right, let's get started. So today I'm going to be talking about something that also is a little bit different from what this channel is originally intended for, but I hope you guys really enjoy this material, and if you guys think I should do more videos on this material, please comment below. So today I'll be talking about how to pick a research advisor. How to pick a research advisor. So before I start, I will give you guys a background. So I actually did my undergrad studies in chemistry, and I also did my PhD also in chemistry. In my undergrad studies, I did research with two advisors, and then in grad school I also had two advisors also. So I know a little bit of something about advisors. I've definitely wanted to, one of my goals is like work with different advisors to gain, just understand the different personality, how each advisor just move, and how they work with the different students. So that was the original design why I wanted to have two advisors while I was in grad school. So the first thing that I feel like tips that people should know when picking an advisor is that you want an advisor that is respectable in his or her field, right? You don't want someone that no one respects, no one cares about, right? You want someone that when they publish something or whenever they say something, it holds quality. You know, people take that person where it was like, oh, this person is very it's very respected, so I should really take their word, as like something that's important. So you really want to work for somebody that's like that. The second thing is that you want to work for someone who published papers. As sad a reality is that papers is important. Papers are what tells other people, jobs, people who are hiring you, that you did something in grad school, right? So you really want to make sure you have an advisor who want to publish papers. It's very important. It shows you that I did this in my grad school, so I am capable of doing X and Y job, whatever job that you are applying for. So it's very important for you. One of the things that I observe in grad school is that some professors would just sit on papers for so long. Why? Because they want it perfect. And that is a good thing to do, but not at the expenses of the student getting the paper out there, because it's good for the student. And I feel like at that point, sometimes I feel like the professor might be a little bit not too on the side of the grad student instead of, on his side, because at the end of the day, especially if you're a fifth year or sixth year and you need these papers so you can apply for jobs, it's important for your advisor to publish these papers so you can apply for jobs and put that on your resume. The third thing that you want to look for in picking advisor is like an advisor that cares for his student, because someone who cares for their student is going to make sure that their students are winning in grad school. Their students are getting firsthand in, whether it's in publications, fellowships, whatever they need, that professor is going to be out there just advocating for his students. And if you basically work for somebody who's not doing that, that is such a detriment to your grad career, and to maybe a little bit to your your career after you leave. Of course, it's going to take time for you to work harder than if somebody else who advisor really places them at a step where they can build off from that. So you want to really be careful with that. Another thing is that you want an advisor who takes time to teach their students. Okay, the whole point of you being in grad school is for you to learn so many things and grasp for a lot of information that is coming at you very quickly. So if your advisor is not going to take time to teach you, there's so much that you can learn by yourself, but you need an advisor who's going to teach you things, how to write papers, how to present your work. All these things are very important. So if your advisor is not doing that and you want that, then you shouldn't pick that advisor as your research advisor, and that is okay too. Another thing is like, You want to watch out for these advisors that are too busy. That is not a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have an advisor who's very busy, who, at least because of their status, they get called to give presentations, all those things. Those are good. But at the end of the day, your advisor is supposed to be teaching you, supposed to be able to meet with your advisor. So if your advisor is too busy for you to meet with them, that is a red flag. And that's something that you really need to think about. Another thing is that you want an advisor who work on high impact or important research areas. It's good to publish papers, but it's way better to publish papers on areas that is a hot topic, right? The booming topics. That's where you want your research area to be in. Why? Because it will be easier for you to get published. And once you publish it, it will be going to these high impact journals such as JACS, Nature Chem, Science, all those things. Those are where you want your papers to go to. So you need to be working on the top stuff, okay? Don't get me wrong. I've seen so many papers that was just very informative and was not the hot topic, but still made it in Science, Nature, JACS, Angevante, all those things like that. So it's not always like that, but you want to be working on an area that when you publish is going to go into a good quality journal. That's all you want. Another thing is that you want an advisor that will help you get a job. I don't care what kind of job that it is. Your advisor is supposed to help you transition to your next role, whether it's postdoc, whether it's industry, whatever it is. Your advisor is supposed to help you. So if you have an advisor that tells you that I don't have time for that, I'm not going to help you, that is also another red flag that you really should not be working with that kind of advisor. At least if it is important to you for your advisor to help you throughout the job process, then you might not want to pick that advisor. Another thing is that you want an advisor that past students either went into academia or industry, and these are really good academia positions or good industry positions. What I mean by that is that you don't want an advisor that your past students never went anywhere, or all of them transition out of chemistry. That is a red flag. Especially if you want to stay into chemistry, especially if you want to get a job as a professor, you need someone who's going to help you get that job. At the end of the day, as sad as it is, I know people who have gotten jobs without the advisors, and I am one of them. But you also want to get a job. You also don't want that to be the reason why. You don't want that to position yourself that way, because it's a lot harder and it just puts a lot of stress unnecessary on you. And it's even better and it becomes a lot less stressful if your advisor was on your side. Your advisor is helping you, and you know that from looking at past students. If you have past students who are in academia or industry, that's an awesome advisor to work with, because depending on what area you decide to go after grad school, you know that, okay, I might be set, because I'm set a little bit because I can contact X, Y, and Z and try to see if they can help me out here. So you want your advisor to have this type of quality students, as in past students. You also want an advisor that's very well connected. That is so important. You want to work for someone who has connections, who has a lot of friends that they can reach out to, whether it's industry or academia, that be like, my student is looking for a job. Can you help out? Is there other positions that being open? Is there anything else that, they basically get hands in all the job posting, all those things before you must go out there. Because let me tell you, this is how it happens. When industry people are looking for a job, you know what they do? They first email their group of friends, professors that they know, and tell these professors that I'm looking for, we have a position open and we are looking for someone. So those students who professors are plugged into them will get a job quicker than you will. Why? Because they hear the information quicker, and if they apply and they're good, I'm not saying that you're not good, but if you are good also, they're going to be at the door already, right? So it's just, this is the reality of it. And that's why it's important when you are picking a research advisor, you want to make sure that your research advisor is very well connected, or at least if they're You know, it's if for example, if you're working with like a new PI stuff, they might not be as well connected, but at least they might try more to, you know, kind of plug themselves in, so then their students could, when it's time for their students to go for jobs and whatever it is, their students will not have this disadvantage. And the last thing that you want to do in picking an advisor is an advisor that is drama free. Let me tell you this, grad school is so stressful enough. There is so much things going on that you don't need a toxic or drama centered advisor. That is just way too much for you to handle. It will make your whole grad school process just too stressful. You come out with all this trauma, all this just all these things that you're gonna have to work on it, and it's just not fair to you. And I think you deserve better. So you really want to be careful with basically the rep of this professor. It's his lab filled with toxic people. It's a lab filled with drama. If that is the case, and is that what you want? If it's something that you don't want, but then the professor has a lot of qualities and you feel like you can withstand that for 5 years or so, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. But just make sure that you know within your mind, at the back of your mind, that this might be something that I have to deal with. And if that's okay with you, go ahead and do that. All right, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Please comment below if you have any questions, any suggestions, any tips that you want to give out. And once again, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.